In today's video, I'm going to share with you what one of my workouts looks like. And I thought this would be good because I know when I was getting out of a divorce, I needed to start to lose weight. I wanted to raise my value and I wanted to build more confidence. And one of the best ways to do that is through working out. I knew this internally while I was married. There were several times where I would try to work out and then I just stopped because I didn't want to raise jealousy issues or anything like that. So when I was getting out of the marriage, I knew working out was going to be vitally important to not only my well-being and my confidence. I knew this internally, but also because I knew I wanted to become more attractive to women. One of the best ways to do that is through working out, slimming down, becoming a better version of yourself. And there's no better place to do that than the gym. But I was also very intimidated because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I didn't know what workouts to do. I didn't know how to use the equipment. I didn't really understand really a lot of things. I just kind of showed up and just started taking little actions. So I thought I would show you guys what just one of my routines is. It's from Greg O'Gallagher. He's got his own programs. I really like this one. I'll show you how I do it. I'm not an expert in fitness or anything. I don't know exactly the right forms or all that. So this is just going to show you what I'm doing. I've been working out consistently over the last 8 years. So definitely been hitting the gym a lot, trying to work on my fitness, trying to build myself up as a man. Over the last 90 days, this is day 40, I've been on a 90-day challenge where I go to the gym every day. I don't have to lift heavy weights or anything. It's getting loud there. I don't have to lift heavy weights every day, but I do go to the gym every day. Monday, Wednesday, Fridays are typically weight days. Tuesday, Thursdays are stretching. And then the weekends is kind of whatever I want to do. So today I'll do my gym workout and then I'll hit some sprints. But I'll take you inside. I'll show you the gym. I'll show you what my workout is. I'm actually very kind of nervous to do this because I don't like to film in a gym. I've never done that before. So you guys are helping me push my comfort zone, I guess, by filming in an area I don't really know. So we'll get started. Gracias. Hola, buenos dias. Or buenos tardes, I guess. Yeah, sí. Gracias. All right, so this is the Evolve gym. They got the cycling, punching, like a little fitness studio. All right, but I will show you what my workout is. This is going to be my Friday workout that I do from Greg O'Gallagher. It's nothing too difficult. It's something that you can definitely follow along with. One of the first things that I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to do pull-ups because one of my goals by the end of the year is to hit 20 pull-ups nonstop. So I will see what we can do with this. I'll try to get to 14 today. Don't judge my form or anything. Here you go. Hopefully you guys can see me do this. Man, I'm swaying a lot. All right, I guess that's 14. All right, so this is what the gym looks like. I don't use a lot of these machines. Like I said, I don't know how to use a lot of them. I typically stick to free weights. Well, the benches are empty. It's Saturday afternoon, so good sign for us. These are our rope pull downs. I'll show you as much as I can of this. Today we are doing shoulders. All right, so yeah, you can see it's a nice, very nice gym. Tons of equipment, very empty today, which is great. I will post the workout that I'm doing in the video so you guys can follow along if you'd like. But the first thing I'm going to do is a warm up just to get my shoulders warmed up. I guess we'll do this side angle here. All right, so I'm just going to do the bar just to get my shoulders loosened up a little bit. And to do 10 sets of that, just get your shoulders warmed up a bit. Then I will try to do 8 reps of 135. So with Grego Gallagher's workout, he has you do a reverse pyramid. So you start with your heaviest weight and then you go down after that. If you're new to working out, start light and work your way up so that you can figure out a weight that works for you. I know that I've been working out consistently for years, so I can probably do this 135 and it's not going to injure me. I might not be able to get the full amount of reps in, but I can at least get this up without injuring myself. So just start slow. You're just trying to get into the groove. You're just trying to get your workouts going. I guess I'll just record everything. I'll cut this up as I go. Yeah, this pull-up's made me tired. All right. All right, let's see if I can get 135. All right, I'll put this here. Maybe I can see how good my shoulders look now. All right, so we're doing 8 reps. We're gonna do three sets. So we're gonna do 8, 8, and 10, I believe. So let's see if I can get 8 of this 135. Oof. All right, that's 7. Uh, so, so the requirement is 6 to 8 reps. The last 2 I had to kind of kip up, which was not what you want to do. You want to do just strict pull ups or push up. So next week when I do this, I'll stick with the same weight, try to get 8 without doing the little push up. Yeah, that's the first set. And now we'll decrease this. I'll go down to 40s on each side. So 2, whatever. I get it down to 40 on each side. And we'll do the next set in about 2 minutes. All right, 35. And 4. Yeah, stick to a weight that you're not going to injure yourself. You want to start slow. It's all about just being consistent. I've been working out for 8 years now. Never had a major injury. Never had to push myself to the extreme. Always wanting to just make sure I was coming in at least 4 times a week and doing the best that I could. I'm not one to lift as heavy as I can. I don't really care. I care more about consistency, discipline, just building the habit, always constantly trying to improve. I've mentioned this before. My diet has been probably the thing that's been limiting me the most from getting the body type that I want. But I do consider to work out. So now as I'm slimming down from eating much healthier over these last 40 days. I'm starting to see, I mean, I have the muscle already because I've been working out consistently. And it's not from me overexerting myself or getting injured or anything like that. It's just staying consistent. Once you once you build up the habit of going to the gym, you feel sluggish without it. Like it just becomes part of your life. I heard this stuff when I was married. Like, okay, yeah, working out would be great, but I was also comfortable. I didn't. I realized like, okay, well, if I work out, she'll get jealous, and what's the point of working out? We're already married. Like, she's not going anywhere. Though she did, but it wasn't a big concern of mine. And you always hear this, yeah, working out's the best thing you can do for you, and it's easy to go in one ear and out the other, but it really will change your life. Especially for me, I knew I was going to become more attractive as a man. I mean, like it or not, the best way to do that is to build muscle, slim down. It shows discipline. It shows that you take care of yourself. It shows that you love yourself. And a slimmer version of me is much more attractive than a heavier version of me. So that's why I started going to the gym. That's why I continue to go to the gym. You just make continually small gains, small efforts. Um, yeah, very, very amazing results, I guess, can happen. All right, let's get to this next. We're shooting for 8 again. All right, let me move this back so we can see. I'm just gonna keep changing these angles because I've never done this before. Like I said, it's very, very weird filming in the gym. Never done this before. I'm very shy. I wouldn't say I'm very shy, but this is pushing my comfort zone. Um, yeah, I'll get to that in a second. Let's finish this first. All right, we're going for 8. All right, those are a little bit better. I didn't have to jump. Didn't have to jump to get those up. Now I'll reduce it down by 10 pounds. So we're at 35 on each side. Whew. All right. One of the reasons I love the Grego Gallagher workouts is because it's not overwhelming. It is a good mixture of, like today will be shoulders, some back, but it's nothing super extraneous. You continue to build up, work on this. So yeah, so if you're interested in that, check him out. This is just the Friday workout. I can go more in depth into what I actually used to get started originally. This is after, I mean, I've been doing this after working out consistently for a few years now. So I still don't know best techniques, best form. This is just works for me. Like I said, I don't want to overexert myself. I just want to get in the gym, make progress every day. Yeah, and I'm seeing like since I've been on this 90-day challenge, 40 days of no sugar, I can see that like I'm starting to get more veiny. I can see it in my shoulders a little bit more. So yeah, that's exciting. Man, I don't really know what else to talk about it yet. Let me know in the comments how you guys are doing. Are you working out now? Are you feeling stuck? One thing I would say, I made a video about this yesterday with clarity. When you realize what kind of man you want to become, what kind of relationships you want to have, it's going to be a lot easier to get yourself to the gym. When I realized that my wife is gone, she's not coming back, it's over. She had moved on with her new guy. I had that clarity of what I wanted to become. I wanted to become more attractive. So it's easy for me to get to the gym and continue my workouts, my progress. I know to this day, being 42, if I want to keep attracting younger women that I find that are hot, and I mean, younger hot women have tons of options. So the best way for me to stand out is to continue to raise my value through working out, building discipline, building confidence, building a body that I'm proud of, just looking good as I walk down the street. Like it's very, it, I find it very empowering to go to up to a girl who's just at the grocery store. I say I walk in looking like this, like I show that I'm in good shape and I have the balls to go approach her in public. Most guys that you'll find that are at the gym, there's some guys that will have just girls approach them because they are super good looking and they are jacked. But most of the guys that you see at the gym are guys who work out constantly, they have good bodies, but they're not able to go and approach girls. So I'm guessing most of them don't have the best dating lives, even though they look good. Just because you look great does not mean a girl's going to approach you. You still have to develop those skills. So as I'm going to the gym, working out, feeling confident, and then I have the ability to go talk to them during just a random encounter during the day, it just helps me that much more. And that all came from clarity of the kind of man that I wanted to become. I wanted to become more attractive. So going to the gym was 100% the first step that I started taking. So yeah, let's finish this last part and we'll get to the next exercise. So this is round 3. I reduced it by 10 pounds again. This time we're shooting for 10 reps. Yeah, I can see the vein in my shoulder from losing some weight and not eating sugar all the goddamn time. All right, we're going for 10. All right, this last 10 were very hard. I had to start doing that. I call it kipping. I'm like jumping up, but it's done. My shoulders are feeling good. Next week, I'll stay at the same weight because I was not able to get it up with just strict push-ups. But yeah, it's a good way to just continue to build yourself as much as you can. Next exercise. Next exercise is supposed to be weighted chin-ups. I'm going to save that for last because I have to get the box out and everything for it. So we'll do the back. I don't know what they call it. Back. I forgot the name of it. I'll show you the workout. You can tell me what it's called. All right. According to this, I'm just going to guess 10 to 12 reps. I don't want to check it on my phone as I have the camera on. But we're going to use this. I think there's called back pulls or something. I'm going to find a proper piece of equipment here. All right, this is the next exercise we're doing. I still need a break from shoulder stuff. Most of these workouts will take you 35 to 40 minutes. So afterwards, I typically do incline treadmill. I think that's how I get a lot of compliments on my calves. I'll get people asking me what I do for my calves. Do I bike a lot? It's happened several times over the years. I don't really know why people are so obsessed with calves. It's never helped me with my dating life really, but it's a compliment. But I think that comes from just doing incline treadmill over the years. I used to do weighted vest, 7.5 up to 15. And it's a good way to listen to a book on tape, listen to music. I typically listen to music and then just kind of jump around on it. I think it's fun. All right, so for this, we're going to start at 180, trying to get 10 reps. So I'm going to go 10, and then the next one is 12. We only have to do 2 sets of this. I typically add on a 3rd set because I have the extra time, and more reps equals more results. But we'll see if we can get 10. This might be too heavy. I need to keep better track of where I'm at. So I think get 10. All right, so you just sit up, back straight, pull back. All right, that was 10. Not too bad. My hands started to slip on the grips. All right, so we'll just go down to 160 next. I don't like to just sit at the machine when I'm done. I like to walk around a little bit, get some extra steps, um, cool down. I know some people I'll see just sit on their phones. That's fine. If you want to do that, I don't like to do that. I like to walk around and just get the extra steps, keep moving. Here, let's put this back down. We got two more. Do two more, and then we'll go on to the next thing, which is going to be the rope pull downs. All these things I like because I don't have to figure out a machine. I know how to lift a bar over my head. This thing's easy enough to figure out. Just don't start too heavy. You don't want to injure yourself. Like I said, I don't know if my form is the best. I'm sure there's a lot of corrections I could do for it. But it's just about being at the gym, being consistent. For me, I want to become as fucking attractive as I can. Why not? As a man, it's your duty to put in the effort to become as attractive as you can. Sure, I could go home and I could have slept in all day and not done this. It would have been easy for me to go find something better to do. Like, I don't want to be at the gym every day for the last 41 days. I got other things I could be doing. But I made the commitment that I would do it for 90 days. I made the commitment after I got out of my divorce that I would do whatever it takes to become more attractive. I'm 42 and I can still attract younger women. And that's because I put in the work to do it. I know people my age that look like they're 50, or people even younger than me that look much better conditions. I don't know if you've seen these memes or not, or people on the internet talking about like when you're 30 and your back starts hurting and you can't get out of bed and shit like that. Like, that doesn't apply to me. I feel great. I have no injuries. Um, I know I look younger than I am. I'm very happy with the progress I made. I don't want to be the guy that I used to be. When I was 34, I was that guy. I was overweight. I didn't have pain, but I didn't dress nice. I didn't take care of myself. I was not attractive. There's not a chance I would ever have been able to meet younger, attractive women after my divorce initially. I was very much overweight. I know a lot of guys will get into a relationship after their breakup or their divorce right away. And I don't think that's the right move because you're not going to attract the highest quality person that you could because you haven't had enough time to work through your issues, work on yourself, figure out the kind of man you want to be. So if you are going through a divorce or breakup, I highly suggest, what worked for me at least, was building myself into somebody that could attract higher quality people. Had I gotten into a relationship right after my divorce, it would have been the same thing, because what kind of woman would be attracted to a guy that plays video games all day, eats garbage, doesn't really do anything after work, is overweight, has no goals or purpose? Like, that girl, we would have just had the same situation after the honeymoon period wore off. So I'll leave that there. I'm going to do this next. I'll do 12 now. Back straight. All right, there's 12. All right, this workout says to do 2 sets. I'm going to do 3. I like doing just the extra little bit. So now we're at 140. All right, it's not so bad walking and talking or filming this now because there's not that many people here. I don't like being the center of attention. Um, it's a lot of social pressure when you're going to do things like this. People do watch, but you find out most people don't give a shit after like 2 seconds. I realized this with karaoke when I would have to be super drunk. First time I ever did karaoke was when I was in Boston, and I was nervous as shit to do it. But this was a few months after my divorce. I think it was like 8 months in. I realized that I'd been improving my social skills. I've been trying to get more comfortable. I was drinking to go out a lot. I still had not been able to get past that. Initially, for a few years, I had to be drinking to feel comfortable in environments like that. Just something that I grew up with, I guess. I'll go into that more in another video. But I had to be super drunk to do any sort of karaoke. And then when I first did it, even though I was drunk, I realized, oh, it's not so bad. What's the worst thing that happens? People don't sing along or they don't cheer. Who gives a shit? And so now I'm able to sing karaoke sober. I started it up. I had to start it in Isla Mujeres, which was uncomfortable, but I did it. And now the next time I can do it again. Same with filming these videos in the gym. I feel very uncomfortable doing it. I don't like people hearing me talk, but now that I've done it this time, I can do it again in the future. Yeah. So just continuing to push our comfort zone. That's what's great about the gym too, is you're pushing your muscles to do something they don't want to do. You're going to feel sore. The sore will feel good. Let's do last final set and we'll get on to the next workout. All right, we're doing 12s. All right, nice and easy. All right, so there's 2 workouts you can do. Move on to the third one for this routine, I guess. It's going to be rope pull downs. This one I love. I can give you some more versions of this another time if you're looking for more easier or just different workouts. But this one's great. They say if you work your triceps, working your triceps is one of the things that's going to make your muscles look the biggest because triceps take up basically 2/3 of your arm size. So we'll do these rope pull downs. Give me a little break here. Yeah, compared to what I was 8 years ago, like, I don't know, 10 times more attractive. Like, that is, I'll put a picture of me in the corner here, but this guy was not fucking attracting younger, hotter women. And that's what I wanted to do. I'm starting to look a lot better without this sugar, non negotiables. If you say you're going to do something, do it. Decide, don't choose. When you choose something, you can easily change your mind. Rowan and I decided for 90 days. He's got his non negotiables. I have mine where I have to meditate. I have to go to the gym. I have to do an approach. I have to eat healthy. So I'm not tempted to go eat sugar. I'm not tempted to skip the gym. I'm not tempted. I mean, I am tempted to skip the approaches, but I committed to doing it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I said I would do it. It has to be done. All right. So this one will start at 62 and a half. This one we're gonna do 3 sets again. 10 reps, 12 reps, 12 reps. With these, you want to go down slow and then pull your arms all the way out. So 1, 2, yeah, you want to turn your arms all the way out as you can. That's 10. All right, so we got 2 more sets of this. I think what I'm going to do is put picture in the corner of what I used to look like, because just doing these, looking at myself in the mirror, It's crazy just how far I've come from that ugly. I don't want to say I was ugly. I was not a good version of myself. I was definitely limiting and hindering the possibilities of what I could become. And now I'm just continuing to improve, just making small adjustments. I just got divorced my wife left me when I was 34. Um, for basically 8 months, I really didn't make a lot of progress. I had moved to Boston. I was working out pretty consistently, but it was in Boston when I first had my first green juice. Like, this is where I started experimenting off my diet of only fast food and sugar. And there I started to drink green juice. I started to take vitamins. I was working out. So I was working out, but I wasn't losing the weight that I necessarily wanted. But I was building charisma. I was doing other things. So it's just a process of continuing to grow and improve. And so now I'm still in that same boat. I'm not where I want to be. I know there's still more improvement I can make. So I'm taking these steps every day. So it's not like you don't have to do this all in a day. You don't have to do this all by next week. Just identify what kind of man you want to become, evaluate how you're doing, what progress are you making. That's why I do these field reports. I want to still see that I'm on track. I want to see what habits I'm keeping, what habits I can improve on. Diet has always been a big thing. I always talk myself into, oh, it's not that big of a deal to eat Papa John's pizza, and then I don't lose the weight that I want. I'm not reaching the goals as fast as I can, but I also don't want to beat myself up over it. It's a continual process. You're always trying to just be better and better. All right, so this one we're trying to get 12 reps. So this is at 57 and a half. All right, there's 12. See, I don't know if my form is the best. If I could afford it, I would get a trainer. Anytime you can get mentorship from somebody who is where you want to be, definitely do that. I've invested in mentorship ever since my divorce. I knew if I wanted to get to where I wanted to be faster, I had to pay somebody who knew what they were doing. I was 34 when I got divorced. I did not want to waste time trying to figure out how to be attracted to women. So I hired mentors to teach me how to be more social, mentors on how to teach me to be better at online dating, how to be better at business, how to be a better coach, how to be more charismatic. I've hired personal trainers in the past that have helped me. So I always want to get to where I'm going faster. I don't want to waste time, and not everything always sticks forever. Like, sometimes you'll get there and you'll get out of the habit of doing things, but that knowledge is in the back of your head. And I've progressed a lot faster hiring people than if I just tried to figure out all this stuff on my own for the last 8 years. I might not have ever figured it out. I know plenty of people who have gone through divorce breakup. They're still stuck years later. I have a friend that got divorced around the same time I have, and I don't envy his life at all. He's still in small town Wisconsin. I'm guessing he does not have an abundant dating life because he's in small town Wisconsin. His wife had moved on, or his ex-wife. She now has a kid or two kids maybe with this other guy. And I've never seen him travel. I've never seen him live any adventurous lifestyle. I can't imagine he would attract the kind of women he would truly want if he thought about it. And I mean, maybe he's one of those guys that doesn't want any women in his life. Maybe he's one of those go your own way kind of guys, or just wants to be alone. But if that's what you want to do, fine. I don't want to do that. I want to find the right person for me. The best way to do that is to continue to become more attractive so that I can attract the highest quality woman possible. Most women are like most men. They're not the best fit for your life. I wouldn't say they're the most attractive people to have. Like, there's plenty of women that have red flags that would not be a good match for you. And then, like, It's just as hard to find a great woman as it is to find a great man who continues to build himself, who wants to work on himself, who takes feedback. Like, it's extremely important. I guess I'll say that. All right. Final thing, we're doing 12 of these, and then we'll move on to the fourth exercise, which is, man, I should really learn the names of these exercises, huh? All right, let's do this one. Yeah, my muscles will get tired. Eight. Man, my muscles are looking good. See, all this is just a result of continual effort over the years. And had I had non negotiables from the start when I was going through this, had I had non negotiables of not eating garbage and working out even more consistently and not drinking, I would be much, much farther along than I am now. So just keep that in mind. Like, if you decide you're going to start working out, make it a non negotiable that you work out so many days a week. Then make it a non negotiable what you're going to eat, what your diet. Like, figure out where you want to go. I knew, I think I got it in my head that I was making enough progress. Like, I was getting enough results that I could afford to eat garbage. I didn't have to eat eggs every day. I didn't have to eat clean. And because of that mindset, I'm not where I want to be. Like, if I had been doing this shit for the last, say I stopped sugar even 4 years ago or last year, like, I would look so much better than I am. And I probably would have attracted even better, higher quality people in my life. I like friends, business partners, all that stuff. I got comfortable because I was attracting good women in my life. That was what I wanted to do. But those relationships have not worked out. I think I can still attract even higher quality people into my life. And it makes me feel good seeing myself slim up, seeing the vein in my shoulder, seeing that I'm being consistent, seeing that I'm doing the things that I say I'm going to do. Four Agreements is a great book. I've mentioned this several times, but it talks about one of the main the first agreement is be impeccable with your word. Do the things you say you're going to do. That goes into how you talk to yourself, how you talk to people. If you say you're going to do something for somebody, you hold up your end of the bargain, you stick to your word. If you tell yourself you're going to do 90 days of gym, you do it. So just being impeccable with my word makes me feel good about myself. Saying I'm going to the gym every day. I don't want to do it. Half the time I fucking drag myself here, but that was the agreement. I don't have to do, it's flexible. I don't have to really do anything. I could sit here and stretch. I could just go walk the gym if I wanted. The only requirement was that I get to the gym. And when I get to the gym, I find that I do something. I want to be productive while I'm here. There's plenty of things you can do for your body that will make you feel better. If you want to go to the gym and you don't want to lift weights, stretch, do some yoga. That's still going to help you. Do the treadmill. There's plenty of stuff you can do here. It doesn't always have to be weight related. All right. So for this next exercise though, I don't know what they're called. I need to learn that shit, but we're going to do 15 reps, stop for 15 seconds, then 6 reps, stop for 15 seconds, 6 reps, stop, 6 reps, stop. I think we'll start with 25s and we'll go from there. All right, so you hold them out outside your chest and then raise up. One. I'm sit this way. All right. 25 is too much. You're gonna have to drop her. All right, so it's 15. We'll wait 15 seconds. So we'll do 6 more. I got to drop it down to 20. Oh, tired of shit. Oh, fuck. What was this? All right, we're gonna have to do 50 more seconds. I grabbed that. 25 again. Felt off. All right. All right. Yeah, these start low. This 20 pounds is very heavy. You don't need to be doing anything crazy. I've been doing this workout for probably close to a year now, so I am able to go heavier in weight. If you're just getting started, just start with tens. Oh, this will work you out good. All right, I'm going down to 15. Yeah, the shoulder workout earlier is making this tough. All right, final push. Damn. All right, that's the fourth exercise. We'll go to the weighted chin ups next. That'll be the final thing we do. Then we'll go do some sprints because it's Saturday. Since it's Saturday, I have a little bit more free time. I'm filming this video now, which takes care of my filming for the day, which is great. So I'll do this sprints and then I'll show you the spa because I've been trying to recover a lot better. I saw something a few years ago about how the sauna is one of the best ways to prevent dementia. I think it was like 70% reduced risk of dementia if you do the sauna consistently. So that got me started on the sauna. And then I saw another video saying cold plunge to sauna, like hot, cold, or cold, hot, is one of the best ways to reverse aging. And I want to look as good as I possibly can. I want to continue to be more and more attractive. So I do cold plunge sauna. Sometimes I get in my head that it's probably a waste of my time because there's other things I could do, but there's really no replacement for your health. You hear all the time, like a millionaire or billionaire give up everything they have to go back in time to 20 years version of themselves. So if that's the case, I might as well take care of myself as now as much as I can. So I don't get to be 65, not able to travel, not not all there cognitively. So I want to do everything I can now to just keep my health in check. I'm a lot more focused on it now with this 90-day challenge than I was in the past. It says to do a warm up set of, no, whoops. It says to do a warm up set of like 6 reps. Since we already did the pull ups and we've already done the other exercises, I feel pretty warmed up and I want to go do sprints. So let's get this started. We want to do 6 reps of weighted chin ups. So I got 25 pounds here. Let's see how many I can get. Whoa. All right. That wasn't so bad. I'll do one more set. Next time, it looks like I could probably increase the weight to 35 pounds. It's just something that you just start wherever you can. Start light. Start with nothing. Just continue to track your progress and build up. This is not some shit you have to get done in the next year. Like, this is just a lifelong process. I've been going to the gym now for 8 years. Sometimes you take a couple weeks off. Sometimes you get out of the habit, but you start to miss it. And it becomes you just don't feel right when you're not going to the gym. It just makes you feel better, makes you feel stronger, makes you feel more of your body. It's just continuing to build up. None of this stuff has to be done today. Hopefully this music is not distracting. I didn't even realize, maybe it's just because I moved over to this area. Maybe a sound editor will get rid of some of this, but hopefully this stuff is valuable to you. This is just what I do. This was my Friday workouts. I didn't do it this is Saturday. I didn't do it yesterday because I went to the sauna cold plunge first. And then by the time I got to the gym, it was busy. I just had no energy. So I did treadmill instead. But yeah, this is a Friday workout. I can give you Monday, Wednesdays what I do. And then, like I said, Tuesday, Thursdays is a lot more stretching, just a basic yoga session, which I got off the internet. And then I'll do incline treadmill for about 30 minutes where I journal, listen to something. Books on tape are great. That's how I learned a lot of stuff over the years is I just listen to a book on tape while I'm working out. It just gets me, I'm just stacking wins. I'm not always just jamming out to music, which I've heard like 1,000 times. Most of the songs that I listen to, I've heard so many times, it's just ridiculous. I'll do that on the treadmill sometimes because I like to dance around. But if you're working out, I mean, that's 30 minutes of a book on tape you can listen to. Listen to The Rational Male, listen to The Four Agreements, listen to David Gott, like all that stuff. You'll just internalize it. I don't know how many times I've been on a date and I bring up The Four Agreements, or I bring up David Goggins, or I bring up The Compound Effect, or I bring up Atomic Habits. Like all that stuff is, I mean, I don't know, just changes you as a person, I guess. All right, we'll do this. That's gonna finish it, and then we'll go to this. We'll go to the trash. All right, I'm done. That's Friday's workout. Let me know what you guys think of it. Let me know if you want me to give you some other workout tips. Let me know if this is valuable, if this is just a waste of both our times. I'm going to continue to get back to the videos every day. This is day 3 in a row. But let me know what you guys want to see. If these workouts are helpful for you, I can go over my Monday workouts. I can go over my Wednesday. I can go over what I do Tuesday, Thursday. Yeah. Anything you guys want to see, anything that'll be valuable to you, I am willing to do. So let me know what you want to see. I'll see you at the track. All right, guys, I'm here at the track now in Playa del Carmen. I'll show you the little outdoor workout spot where I like to come sometimes to do push-ups, pull-ups, air squats. I haven't been doing it as much because my non-negotiable is to be at the gym. Just have to show up. But I'll come out here some days to work out in the sun. Yeah, they got some ring dips. You can do dips on this thing. Do some push-ups, bunch of stuff. Good spot. This is the track. We're gonna do some sprints. Oh shit, they closed this part off. That's dumb. All right, we'll go around the other way. But one of the best ways that I've learned to raise your HGH naturally is to do sprints. So I want to get back to doing that weekly on Saturdays. Just got done at the gym. We'll do some sprints for probably just do 10 down, down, down the one way, walk across the outside, and then sprint this side. Here, I'll get you a view from it without the fence in the way, I guess. Yeah, so we'll go down this right side, and then we'll walk around the turn, and then we'll sprint down this way. Then we'll walk around this turn. We'll do that 5 times. That's 10 things a sprint. I'll film myself going down one way, and then I guess you can just see how fast I am. I'm like the Flash, bro. I don't even recognize how fast I am in my 40s. Yeah. We'll see. I guess I don't even know a good angle to film this at. You'll just see the back of me, I guess. Maybe I'll sprint down, walk back. Yeah, we'll figure it out. You can just watch me sprint. I want to at least get some footage of me sprinting, right? Why not? All right, so we'll set up the camera here. I'm gonna take my shirt off. Don't need to sweat in my shirt. We'll keep the microphone on. You can hear that bouncing up and down. Take this shit out of my pockets. Yeah, so it's not going to be like a super far sprint or anything like that, but it'll be good to raise my HGH, and we'll just continue to speed up as we go. A little bit of a warm up. All right, so here we go. Sprint one. All right, I'm sure you could hear that bouncing around. Yeah, what I like about sprints is it gives you a good recovery after each one. You kind of get warmed up. You can feel yourself getting faster and faster. Long distance running is good too because it pushes you to just keep going through pain and wanting to quit. So it's good to do both, but I just find sprints more fun. Gives you a good little rest. And then when you get to that turn, you got to talk yourself into, all right, time to fucking go. And then as soon as you hit that line, you just start running. No thought. 3, 2, 1, go. You said you were going to do sprints. You have to do it. So I guess we'll do 11 sprints. I'm going to do this one, go back around, sprint, 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 sprint. We'll get 11 in. Then we're going to go to the spa. I talked to Rowan. He's already there, so that's pretty sweet. And then I have a birthday party for my friend to go to, so I'll film some of that. I'll probably put that in a new video tomorrow. Just talking about the importance of people you spend time with, how it has a huge effect on you. And then tomorrow, I think I'll also make a video with Rowan about the importance of Mastermind, his life story, how Mastermind helped him out. But we'll leave it here for now. That's the sprint. Easy to do. I'm only going to be here for like probably, I don't know, 20 minutes. Get 10 sprints in. Hit the sauna. Hit this cold plunge. Keep my health as much as I can. Keep my value going up. If you're not doing this stuff, ask yourself why not. Do you want to become as attractive as you can? Do you want to attract younger, hotter women into your life? Get clarity. What do you want? I know this is what it's going to take for me to get what I want. I'm willing to put in that effort, put in that work. So we'll leave it there. We'll see you at the spa. All right, guys, we just got done with the sprints. We are now heading to the reef. Palm trees in the way. Heading to the reef 28 to go into the sauna, the cold plunge, do 3 rounds of that, do some meditation in the sauna if it's quiet. There's a guy in there. There was a guy in there the other day who was stretching and groaning. It's kind of loud. Yeah, guy in there stretching and groaning. Don't be that guy. It's the most awkward thing in the world when you're trying to just relax in a sauna. You don't want somebody who can't help but groan while they're stretching. Keep that shit to yourself. But yeah, here's the entrance. Hola, hola. Johnny.
Yep. Number 2H.
2H. Gracias. 2H. All right, so yeah, this is the entrance to the spa. Going in, going in, going in. Here's the lockers. I'll give you a quick tour of the inside here in a minute.